Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to WVPL 76. We are here with Darksteel and RedCastleBowser, or
Greetings.
DarksteelArm. Darksteel, why don't you tell us what we're going to be streaming today?
We're going to be playing some The Flame and the Flood, a post-apocalyptic child survival slash murder game.
Ooh, child survival murder game is always fun.
Yes, it
All
is up
right.
to you whether the child lives or dies.
All right. Well, if you want to bring up that game, we can start playing.
Very well. And we're off to the races.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm going to be a little bit delayed today, as with always. The streaming is not the greatest, so just a heads up to anybody watching. I'm going to be watching it as soon as it happens to you. So you're doing this new campaign, are you?
Yes. Here you can see one of the previous children who was not so fortunate to have us guiding their path.
Ah, Bones.
And here we
Always.
have the editor watching our every move.
Oh, the edit. Oh, you're gonna have to explain this game to me because I don't really know
No,
what the I've
Crowin.
never.
Look.
Oh, I understand now. Crow. Hi, Crow. If you're watching. All right.
Okay, a new campaign it is.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna go with Traveler. I haven't played this game in a while. We're gonna go with the
Probably.
basic difficulty.
Listen, if I understand completely, I put some of my games on very easy as well. Anyways, for those of you not in the know, the clicking in the background is as always my dog Tally. We will try and get a Tally cam for any of my streams at some point, hopefully soon. You know, but until then, it is what it is. So.
Scout options.
Has it been so long since you played this game that
Well,
they've made updates?
yes, it seems so because before there was only one dog available.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad.
I'm pretty sure Aesop was the original dog, so I guess we could try Daisy.
Ooh, Daisy, I like that name. I mean, I prefer if there was a dog in the game that was named Tally, because that speaks to me. You know,
I am sure there's a mod we could find where it allows you to name the dog.
that's wonderful. That's the wonderful thing about games today is everything is moddable.
Yes. Oh, very disrespectful, Daisy. Stealing a
But she,
backpack from a dead kid.
oh, that's fine as long as she doesn't piss on him. That's. Oh, never mind. She just ripped a femur. Oh no, never mind. She did steal the. Uh, Again, I'm a few seconds behind you, so.
Oh, Daisy's a Dalmatian.
Oh, well, that's nice. What a good girl, Daisy.
SOS. Oh boy.
This is my first time. This is I like the art style of this so far.
Yeah, I when I first got this game it was like what 2 years ago. Survival info. Yes. Tell me what I need to know.
Man, this reminds me of a couple of games that I used to play as a kid. One of them was Survival Kids. It was for like the Game Boy. It was interesting to say the least. It was still 2D. It was almost like Pokemon, but you had to collect like rocks and sticks and stuff like that, and other things to survive and stuff like that. And as a prepper, this speaks to me as somebody who's a prepper and a survivalist kind of fancier. I do like going out into the woods and all that stuff. You know, I'm not an expert by any means, but
Yeah. What are you able to eat that will not kill you?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. I like how my flashlight is literally a can of fireflies that I've like covered in tape and poked a hole in.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do, you know.
Oh. Oh no. Okay, sapling. Feather. Yes. Perhaps I shall make myself a headdress. We shall be the tribe of the bird dogs.
Bird dogs.
Oh no. That doesn't look good. It says it's got a dog head and some crossbones. Daisy, are you leading me into a trap?
Who knows? Dogs don't have the same fear as we do. Oh, but she's taking you to bulrushes. Those are good, actually. If anybody's listening in the chat, those are really good to eat. The tubers you can take year round, and you can actually eat the young rushes in the springtime. They kind of have a celery light / cucumbery taste to them. They're actually really good for cooking. And of course, the pollen when they start to pollinate themselves, you can actually take off the pollen and it acts like almost like flour. You can make panic out of it.
Dog.
Useful survival tips with Bowser.
Okay, how edible is our crows?
You could eat a crow theoretically. Unfortunately, they're actually no. I stand corrected. Because they're more carrion oriented, they eat like dead things and such. They're actually not better. They usually have parasites, worms, and stuff like that. I'm thinking of like a lot. You got to watch yourself with that stuff. If you're going to if you have no choice but to eat something like that, make sure it's cooked very well. Make sure that if you see any visible parasites, you get rid of them. You know, it's always good to just really cook the ever living crap out of that stuff. Boil it. Boiling kills everything. There's a reason why our forefathers in the Great Depression boiled everything.
Yep. Don't know if it's good or not in the stew.
Pretty much. Stew is a great survival food.
Oh, we got jar, some filtered water, some worms, and some jerky.
Worms are good to cook over fire, or you can use them for fishing. Stick with one, half a dozen other.
Oh no, this is not filtered water, it's a water filter.
Oh, water filter is extremely important, especially in certain places. Well, the old adage is a lot of people believe that you can't drink water without first purifying it or running it. It really depends on where you are, what kind of conditions you are in. Also, it really depends on what kind of water you're used to drinking. In my local area, running water is fairly all right. It's not. There's nothing like Giardia or any of those. So you can actually you can just drink from the stream, but you got to make sure that it's coming from a running water source. It's always better that way.
So the Mississippi would actually be safe to drink out of, for the most part.
Now, this is what I mean by regionally specific. I would not drink out of the Mississippi, and the reason being is it's a large body of water. There is a lot of aquatic life and such, and it would have more parasites as well as more chemicals because of the shipping and stuff like that. Usually, when you're looking for running water, you're looking for streams or creeks.
No, how do I pick that back up?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never played this game before.
I discarded the entire jar of water instead of pouring out the dirty water. Oh, okay, so I need polluted water and the water filter, okay. So fill it with the dirty water. And then use the filter, yes. I'm going to feel so stupid because there's probably going to be some purified water just up ahead anyways.
Hey man, you can never have too much water. Well, until you have too much water. In a survival situation, water is important. Hey, Night Clerk, it's good to see you. We got our first message in chat.
Yay! We have a viewer. Oh wait, we've had a couple viewers. We have a message.
Yes. We've got about 4 viewers as it stands right now. They'll trickle in. It's okay. They like coming here and watching the BPL. Night Clerk, since you just got here, this is Darksteel of the BPL, and of course I'm RedCastleBowser, and we're streaming Flame in the Flood.
Okay. More cattails. Oh, a mailbox that says quest.
Ooh. Quests are good.
New goal, basic tools. Okay, what does it mean by that? Basic tools. Craft a stone knife and a stone hammer. You'll need them to craft all manner of survival supplies. So a stone knife is... Like, I've watched a couple videos on like how to make basic tools, and it's like you basically just need a thin, certain kind of rock, and you just rub it against another rock at a certain angle for like a day.
It's a little bit. It's a little more complicated than that. There are different types of stones that can be made sharp in many different types of ways. If you're rubbing one rock against another to get the edge, chances are it's not going to hold its edge very well, and it's actually probably better as a arrowhead, if you will. However, some stones like chert and obsidian and flint, that's the word I'm looking for, can be napped, is what they're called, and it's basically all that is breaking off certain types of certain parts of the stone to kind of create almost a serrated edge, and it becomes almost surgically sharp. Like you can cut a lot of things.
Yeah, I know obsidian is super dangerous, but
obsidian is the black glass. It's volcanic glass.
Yeah.
You can actually, if you get good at flint napping, is the technique that they call it. If you get good with flint napping, you can do the same thing with a piece of glass or any similar kind of medium. Like I said, there's chert, flint, obsidian. There's a few others that I can't think of. Apparently, you can do it with certain types of quartz. It works. It makes.
I'm sorry. What? This is my raft.
It looks like a car.
Couldn't I just strap a couple of these boats together instead?
Well, you are a child, so.
I mean, I guess it is your dream. It's like, no, I don't want to use a pre-made boat. I want to make my own boat.
I remember being a child and wanting to do that.
Where am I supposed to get?
What are you looking for?
Check cash. Nothing to collect. Where? So it says to make some stone tools, but I haven't been able to find any stones.
Well, if you look up around the path, I'm seeing small pieces of stone. Maybe if you click.
Yeah, I thought that too, but it doesn't. I don't seem to be able to collect those.
Could it be off the beaten path somewhere? Is there?
That is the question. Dog, you keep barking and trying to indicate something, but you're not actually indicating anything.
Well, could be that he's or she is pointing you to where to get the stone. Sometimes it's pixel hunting. I find a lot of games like this are like the old school is what we used to say is pixel hunting.
Oh,
You gotta find that specific pixel.
Cleaned out this place. Yeah. Okay, I've already looted the house. Apparently. Apparently. Though it still has its roof and nails.
I mean, there's looting, and then there's completely like repurposing every piece of. I mean, if it was a house, I don't know why he's moving anywhere. So I'd just be like, okay, well, I'm gonna stay in this house. And
Well, apparently, if I remember right, you're trying to stay ahead of this huge storm that's like coming in. Like everything's flooded already, but you're next to the river, and like this huge seasonal storm's about to come in. You're trying to keep ahead of that.
I get you. I understand. Is there? Can you smack something? Is there a way to break stone?
It doesn't look like it. Oh well, maybe I'll be able to complete this quest next down, because I'm pretty sure like all of these mailboxes are like connected. So I got the quest here. I'm pretty sure I should be able to finish the quest at another mailbox. Maybe.
Well, I mean, at the same time, I mean, like it's probably it's one of those things. It's I need this tool to progress. So unless you can get on that raft and go down the mighty Mississippi, I mean, be my guest, Captain.
Onto the raft we go.
There's another game that this reminds me of, and it's more of a zombie survival game. Maybe at some point we'll probably play it. It's How to Survive and How to Survive 2.
Okay, there we go. That's how you turn. Yep. No, that doesn't seem like someplace I want to go. Ah! Oh shit!
Now you're at the mercy of the river now.
Yeah, I'm trying to steer, and it's not going so well. No! Okay, go that way. No! Okay, I'm gonna wreck my boat before we even get to the first stop.
Rocks tend to put holes in boats. I'm just throwing that out.
Ow! Oh, and now we come up to rapids. Great.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for coming out to the stream. I mean,
yeah, we can get a hold of another child.
Night Clerk just cheered 100 bits. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Look at that.
Oh God, I barely missed that.
Showed up on the stream. We're gonna have to adjust the size of that thing there when we get a chance. But oh well, for the first time, it's not a problem. And just like,
okay, go this way. No! Why would you do this to me?
Are you supposed to be stopping on these islands, or is there a place, or like?
There's supposed to be docks you can stop at, but I literally haven't seen a dock yet.
Oh, okay. Watch out. There you go. Oh.
No, avoid the car. Avoid the house. Okay. So those orange symbols are the docks I can stop at. So there's a campsite and a farm this way. And, I can stop at both of them. This is going to be great.
Farms are good. Hey,
Luke's lucky location. Often has flint, always has a lit fire.
Sorry, confused one. I cannot send you help. I don't know where you work. Even if I did, I don't think I could tell your boss to send you help. Sorry.
Come, dog, let us harvest more cattails, apparently. Good lord.
Well, didn't you say you'll be able to find a piece of flint here, too?
Yeah, the description for this location says it often has flint, so... I am going to turn some of this cattail into rope. Like, this is...
That's good. Confused one, we cannot send help. However, you can sit back and chill out with us while you work. I mean, that might help. Maybe your boss will appreciate that you're multitasking and see us and say, "Hey, look, they're upping your productivity." That's good. That's good. Yes. Good afternoon, Confused one. We're glad you're here.
Welcome. Hopefully you will not be a witness to the death of a child.
That's dark, man. That's dark. I mean, I understand that this game you are playing a child and you're trying to survive, and there is a possibility that he could die. That's still dark.
There's so many ways you can die. To malaria, wolves, bears, drowning.
Confused one. If your boss is on vacation, does that make you boss? And if you're boss, does that mean you can go on vacation?
Ah, yes, we can get a knife, a kniff.
Kniffy. Yeah, don't worry about it, Confused one. I'm just as confused as you.
We now have a kniff.
Is this a roguelike?
When you die, you do have to start over, except for whatever is in your dog's inventory.
So it's a roguelike light. So basically, if you put stuff in your dog's inventory, they're able to start the game, which is kind of dark. That means your dog just was like, would abandon you and go to...
yeah, no, you died. The dog went and found a new child. Is this it? Okay. We got a kniff.
Oh.
We got some saplings.
Night Clerk is also at work, but he has us at a tiny window of his work handheld display, and he's watching us while he's picking groceries. Well, I hope we don't get you confused or anything.
Okay, so do we want? This is for our personal do we want a spear trap or a snare trap?
What are you trying to do?
So the snares will allow us to catch rabbits and stuff later on for food and leather. The spear traps will take out wolves if they run into them.
What is the... Congratulations, guys. We're going to learn the priority of survival. What is your immediate priority right now? Is it food or is it self-defense?
I am not low on either. Like, so this is a thing of opportunity. Like, I have some. I'm still good for like food and water right now.
Okay.
I have I can eat the cattails if I have to, or the worms.
Uh-huh. What do you foresee happening first? Hunger or self-defense needs?
I'm gonna go with the spear trap. Then just
there you go.
Because you never know when you're gonna run into a wolf, and if you don't have anything to deal with them, you basically just gotta run away.
Yep. There you go.
That uses up all our saplings. Let's make some more rope.
So right now in the chat we've got Diggs and the Confused one and the Night Clerk all talking about their job, of which all three of them are at and currently working while watching us. I feel honored, gentlemen. I feel honored.
Okay, you know what? Let us stick the water filter in Daisy's bag. And the flint. The extra flint, yeah.
Oh, the extra flint. Well, if you have an extra flint... Okay, you said you picked up a knife, or you...
Well, we found 3 flint. It takes 2 flint to make the knife. So...
Well, usually... Well... It should only take 1 flint ever to make a knife, because you need to get a big enough piece, and you want it solid. And then you just use another rock to chip it into shape. So for those of you watching at home and wanting a Bowser survival tip, you should know that it only should take 1 piece of flint to make a knife.
Yeah, you don't need to use another piece of flint. Because I think that's what it's implying, is you're using a second piece of flint to like nap the first one.
Oh yeah, that's a bad call. Never use flint to chip flint, because then you get all kinds of chips, and that's how accidents happen.
Yeah, the handle is also just a piece of rope, so... Hold on, what is that other quest I picked up? Handyman. Visit a hardware store.
The WBPL does have an email for fan art. I believe it is WBPL76@gmail.com. Diggs, if you're still in the chat, Could you maybe throw it up there? I don't have it handy right at the moment, but I know Diggs does. But he might be working.
By
Oh, okay.
entering Bystroska farmstead, source of wild food and clean water. Okay, now I'm thinking we might have actually needed the snare.
Night Clerk, just if you weren't checking out the chat, Diggs did say that that is it, and it is in the About Us. If you guys want to send fan art or mail or anything, it's we're happy to receive whatever you guys want to send via email. Just not viruses and spam. Appreciate that.
I mean,
Please,
pictures
please
of
keep it
spam
legit,
sandwiches would be appreciated.
Oh yeah, actually, you know what? Like that's the only kind of spam. If you want to send pictures of spam, like cans of spam or spam sandwiches or like I don't like spam or something like that, yeah, you can send that. That's the only kind of spam we accept.
We have found wild corn.
Ooh, wild corn.
Yes.
Or maize. Are you picking it? Are you going to eat it? Are we going to boil any of your corn? We
let
just
me
need to find a
see.
pot.
If I need to cook it in the game? Like I know you have to cook it regular. Well, you can sort of eat it raw, but
You can theoretically. I mean, it's better to at least dry it first. When it's dried over fire or in sunlight, it takes a couple of days. Then you can either grind it into cornmeal or grits or something, and make cornbread, which is great.
so there is the rabbit burrows. So there's definitely a rabbit here. Actually, if I find another sapling, I should still be able to get the
Make
rabbit.
it. Well, there you go.
Because I got plenty of cattails to make rope. I need the saplings to make the spring.
Yes, confused one can spam art.
Mulberries.
Anybody who makes a Monty Python's reference will get a goob pat on the back. You won't get goob points. You'll just get a pat on the back with me saying goob.
So I have never had mulberries. Are they?
People call see, the thing is what you call a berry is very regional. I know some people call mulberries something. I don't know if it's. There are no mulberries where I am from what I understand. There's elderberries, if they have anything to do with that. I've never had mulberries either, so I don't know if they're edible or not. However, there's a way to test that, and it's eating it, and then you know.
Good chow in moderation. Eat too many and you'll get the scoots.
Well, you got to be careful with berries and stuff like that. There is a test you can do, quote unquote, with certain berries and stuff. It is a point of contention. You can either take the berries or the item that you want to eat that is a vegetation. You can rub it on different parts of your skin and see if you get a reaction, like a rash or something like that. If you do, it's probably not good to eat. You can rub the inside of your lip a little bit with like a single berry. And if you feel a little ill, you should be all right, or you should be all right. You should be all right if it is poisonous and you feel a little ill just because you rub the inside of your lip. You won't get like horribly sick and toxic and stuff like that. But you'll know that you shouldn't eat these berries or anything like that with huge amounts of. We'll see in a minute. Confused, but with huge amounts of, you shouldn't be eating them in huge amounts. Now, the exception to that rule is mushrooms. Never do that with mushrooms. Always assume a mushroom is poisonous unless you can positively identify it.
Yeah, that's why I don't trust mushrooms.
Mushrooms, unless you're out with somebody who has literally like spent a good couple of months saying yes, this is the type of mushrooms.
I guess we're staying at this house. A storm just started.
Oh, well. Kick that door down and start a fire.
Oh, a fish hook.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay, let's sleep. Let's just do 4 hours.
For those of you not playing the home game, if you're one thing I recommend, it doesn't matter if you're going on a hike or whatever. If you're making, or if you've got a survival kit, fish hooks and a little bit of fishing line go a long way. The reason being is trying to catch fish without proper tackle is so hard. You can do it; it's possible, but it's so hard. What did you just pick up?
I just made the snare. So
okay. Oh, so you just picked it up at the okay, I get you.
No.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Come
Building
on.
a raft frame just in case you break the other one.
What was that?
Building a raft frame just in case you build the other one.
So the frames are for raft upgrades, like, and repairs, if I remember right.
Okay.
Let us move the. Ah, there we go. Raw meat and rabbit hide.
Yes.
And I think, yeah, that just destroys the snare. Though you think I'd be able to salvage some rope out of it, at the very least.
Oh, there's another one right there.
I got plenty of oh, I don't think I have any more saplings. Nope. Doesn't look like it.
Yes. Theoretically, you should be able to recover saplings and such like that, unless they're too damaged, and then you have to go. And saplings, I'm sorry, but saplings should be like, I'm looking for a sapling. I look to my left. Oh, look, there's a sapling. Unless you're in the desert.
There's a sapling cactus right over there.
Well, it's you're in the river. You're on a river. Sapling should be like, oh look, there's a sapling. Oh look, there's another one.
Okay, let's go to the fire over here. Oh wait,
okay.
There isn't a fire over here. Shoot. We had a house and a busted up bus. Well, let's go down the river a little bit. Hopefully we'll find...
Important point to note, too, everybody. When you're in a survival situation, you want to keep your feet and what you're wearing as dry as possible. Walking through, ankle-deep puddles might be necessary, but it should be avoided at all times. And the reason is because you can get a condition called trench foot, which is not very fun to have. Yeah. Having served in the military, I learned very early in my career that your feet are very important, especially if you're moving. And the best way to avoid trench foot is to keep them as dry as possible. And if you get them wet, to dry them out as quickly as possible, as well as your socks and the boots themselves. Let them get air, let them breathe, massage them, and put some powder on them if you have them, or when you can.
there's a mechanic shop up ahead. Hooray.
Yes, confused one. Jungle rot is gross and deadly. Jungle rot is another word for trench foot. It can also move.
Oh, gosh, dang it. It's going to make me choose.
Jungle rot can also happen on other parts of the body, usually where there is skin-on-skin contact that can fold, like under the armpits or in between your legs and stuff like that. It's not fun. It's not comfy. Avoid it if you can. Yes, that's spare boots and a lot of spare socks is a great way if you're hiking and you're out camping. Great. If you're not, if you get lost and you're in a survival situation, you only have one pair of boots and you only have one set of socks. Take your boots off, this is why fire is sometimes as important as building a shelter and stuff, because you're allowed to you're able to dry stuff. However, if you can't get a fire going for whatever reason, take your boots off, try to get them as open as you can to try to air them out and dry them out as best you can. Take your socks, wrap them around your neck, and dry them with your body. That's another way. Kind of, you know, it's not a very warm and fun, pleasant feeling, but you know, it does the job.
And I want a rudder, but I don't have the stuff for a rudder.
Yeah, you know, a rudder for you probably would be a good idea. I mean, I'm glad to see that you've got like what looks like old tires. No, maybe not. Those are just barrels.
Those are just barrels. The tire I'm using as my like anchor, or the.
You trying to put on 2 rudders, or you trying to put on a motor? Oh, you can build a motor?
Yep, but I don't have any of the resources for it.
Well, can you find any resources where you are?
Nope, I can get gas, but it requires an empty jar, which I have only the water.
Yeah. Okay. So secondary survival situation. If you only have 1 jar, save it for water. Water is needed for more than gasoline in survival situation. Yes, confused. I'm not gonna say that, but yes, I've had very close encounters with trench foot and stuff like that. It's not fun.
I was able to push myself over to the other farmstead. Investigate swing.
Confused one, you are not the only one that needs to get in shape and go camping. And now that winter is over for where I'm at, it is one of those things that I'm going to do my best to complete my commitments to the WBPL 76, but also be out in the woods as much as possible. Uh-oh, why? Oh no.
The crows are here, and I'm pretty sure those are like indicators of wolves.
Well, we've got a spear.
Nope. No, shit. Oh god.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what you're doing here. I don't think I can deal with a boar. I think they take like 2 of the spear traps to kill.
Run away! Run away!
Well, like he won't come down to the dock area.
There you go. All right. Well then, can you? Do you have the materials to make another spear trap?
No, I would need 2 more saplings.
Yes, Angry Pig is angry.
You know what? I'm going to use my 1 spear trap because I'm not actually positive it takes 2.
Now, the other question I have for this is, can you collect the meat from the boar?
Yes, he actually gives some very nice meat. Or a lot of meat, I can't remember which one it was.
Well, that's good.
So come up here. And I'm going to deploy it here and just... deploy it here, lure the boar into it.
Yes. Tactics. Mr. Pig, where are you?
Come on, Mr. Pig.
Follow me. You know you want to. Oh, good. You can't set it off yourself. I'm so happy.
Oh, boy. No. What are you doing? What's going on?
I don't know. I'm a couple seconds behind you. Also, can you get in the back of that bus?
I can.
Well, there you go. If you gotta hide from the pig.
Where'd the... Okay, now I gotta pick up the, I gotta bandage myself.
Yes.
Not in bag. What? Oh. It's saying I can't use the rag as a bandage?
This is what you should be able to use the rag as a bandage. You know, tiny cuts. Well, it's not so bad.
Yeah, but they're gonna get infected.
Hey, Rexon. It's good to see you. We're doing well. How about you? We're playing some of the Flame and the Flood, a survival game. And as Darksteel plays, I am trying to drop as much survival knowledge as I have in my old noggin to anybody who's listening.
Well, I don't know why it kept doing that. Now I have serious lacerations.
Uh-oh. That's never good. Serious lacerations is a serious thing. Oh, but you got him.
Yep. Now I'm just gonna die from blood loss, though.
Can you... Is there a menu item that you can change the rag into a bandage? And or can you check that house? Maybe there's bandages in there. Ooh, ramen.
Fishing line.
Well, that's good. At least now you've got that.
Nuts and bolts.
Perhaps the...
Yucca.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to suggest. If you feel like you cannot survive and you're going to die, transfer all of your stuff to your dog's inventory.
Yeah. Okay. Gosh dang it. What do I transfer over? The meat?
All your survival. Everything's survival.
That's what I mean.
Everything you can.
Stone hammer.
Your knife.
Oh,
Your
wait.
stone knife.
I can make a stitching kit out of
There you go.
fish hook and the fishing line. Let's see if that'll allow me to live. Yes.
In true fashion of the BPL, please understand that what I'm about to say is not medical advice. I am not a doctor and therefore should not be taken verbatim as what I'm going to say. I have heard and have seen people do this. It is not a good way to do things. However, it potentially can save your life. I would suggest there's obviously all kinds of things that could happen. One, if you're using a rusty hook, well, there's tetanus and all that other stuff. There's a lot of things that could happen. Make sure everything is sterile. As with everything, sterilize things. It's better to have a bandage to do this and to seek medical attention as soon as possible. Do not go and cut yourself and go, I've got a fishing hook and some fishing line. I'll just stitch myself up. It's not advised.
Well,
And yes, Confused One, honey is great for burns and other cuts. It's almost like an antibacterial. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Dark. What's up?
what just happened?
I don't know.
It just got very dark on my screen. Okay, let's deploy the fire and cook up this meat before it goes bad.
Cooked meat does last longer when traveling. Mental note, if you're out surviving. Cook and or dry your meat. It will last longer. It will keep longer, and you're able to transport it better. It also makes it so that your stomach and your body can break it down for nutrition easier. Eating raw meat, you can eat raw meat, however, it is not advised.
Are you serious?
I'm not sure. I'm serious perfectly, but
No.
what happened?
I was about to cook the meat, and it all of a sudden started pouring.
Welcome to survival. Hey, Square. It's nice to see you. Maybe you want to go in that house and survive, or like
Yep.
get in there for the night.
Sleep, taking a nap.
I mean, it's a house. It should have some kind of place that you could maybe start a little fire to cook something over, but I don't know.
Yes. Okay. Give me those cooked meats.
Sweet cooked meats. Yes, confused one. Algae is one of those things that it could have. There could be E. coli, salmonella, all kinds of different other microbes and diseases and stuff that you do not want to get into an open festering wound.
Cook the yucca. What is yucca? It's like a...
Yucca is from what I understand, now I've never seen it up close. Yucca is a fruit that's commonly grown in desert-like areas. It grows on a plant. It's because it's the yucca plant. I was gonna say yucca tree, but I don't know if it's a tree. But it's almost like a pear, if I'm not mistaken. However, I could be wrong. I believe if anybody in the chat knows what yucca is, please share with us. I do know it features a lot in Fallout New Vegas, the yucca fruit.
Yeah, like it was like a weird cactus-y plant.
Well, I don't think it's a cactus plant per se. I think it's actually just like a very fruit from cactus breeds. Is yucca a specific breed of a cactus? Confused one? I'm not 100% sure. I do know that yucca. Okay, so it is a fruit from a cactus. It's a type of cactus. I do know that you can get prickly pear cactus, which is not yucca. It's something completely different. You got to process it a little bit, but that's edible as well. So confused one is saying they take like 3 years to be viable as a crop. However, I mean, if you're out wandering in the desert and you happen to find one that has matured to the point where you can eat it, I'm sure that, that's... However, I again, it's a cactus. I don't know what it's doing on the banks of a river.
Oh, no one's used this tire swing in a long time, apparently. How sad.
Cut it down, take it... Either play on it or cut it down and take its web. An important part to survival and something that everybody should remember is your mental health. Mental health in a survival situation is just as important as physical health. Take a moment, breathe, don't panic. Calm down, calm yourself down, meditate, do a lot. There's a lot of things you can do, but bring yourself kind of back into yourself, because your mental health is going to help you survive just as much as your physical health. Sorry. Ooh, charcoal. That's good to have. Charcoal is good to have. Charcoal has many uses in the survival world. You can use it to mark things. You can use it to start fires. There are some people who believe that if you have taken something, if you've eaten something that is not edible and is potentially poisonous, if you eat a piece of charcoal, and I mean real charcoal, you could potentially save your life. Again, I am not a doctor. I am not a medical professional. Please consult a doctor for all of these things before trying or doing anything. Night Clerk, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was right. Yes. Always keep a towel. Rexin, survival question. What's the best way to figure out how to travel back to civilization without a map or compass? Well, there are many ways, or rather what direction to go. There are many thought processes in this. Without a compass or a map, you could. The way I was taught as a child is, if you find a stream, follow the stream. Eventually, stream leads to water. When you follow the water will lead you to either a river. Civilization tends to be on or around water. Depending on where you live, this could be true. Depending on not, it could be a really, really far walk for you. However, there are some things that you can tell how to figure out what direction you should go if you know the area even a little bit. Like, should I head north or not? One way is by waiting until night. On a clear night, you're able to find the Northern Star, and that's the ability of that is find the Big Dipper. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, anybody in the Southern Hemisphere, I'm sorry, I'm not really 100% sure on how to find Southern Cross, which points, I believe, I can't remember, it's south or north. But anyway, so the Northern Star or Polaris, you find the Big Dipper, you find the cup of the Big Dipper, and the last two stars of the cup of the Big Dipper will point directly towards the tail of the Little Dipper, or I can't remember my constellations. Anyways, the tail of the Little Dipper is the North Star. Now everybody's like, "Oh, it's the brightest star in the sky." It's not. Trust me, it's not. However, it is the one point in the northern sky that doesn't move and will point you directly to north, true north, not magnetic north, which you might need if you do have them.
I saw this itchy red stuff on the ground, and I'm like, "What is that?" And I walked into it, and it's poison ivy.
Oh, bad. I've got something on poison ivy here in a second. I'll
Finish your initial story, yes.
Well, so that's a good way to find north. The other way is to take a couple of sticks, line them up, take a stick in a nice open area where the sun is, jam it into the ground, mark the position of the shadow. Wait about a half hour to an hour, and watch it move. As it moves, you know that the sun always sets in the west, so the shadow is going to point to the east. So where the shadow is going, the travel distance of the travel distance of the shadow will start to lean towards the east. So now you'll have an east-west, and of course 90 degrees from either of those is north-south. And that's how you find direction when you're lost. It's a little bit more complicated. I highly recommend looking up YouTube. Back to what you just happened to use, poison ivy. Poison ivy is an interesting thing. Everybody assumes that poison ivy has some kind of secretion or whatever that makes it so that you get itchy. Well, it's actually not. Poison ivy, when you touch it, it's an allergic reaction, and there are people out there who are immune to poison ivy. I highly recommend not trying to find out if you're one of them. The best thing to do at that point is always so here's another thing. If you're out in the wilderness and you've already got allergies, if you get touched by poison ivy, take a little bit of Benadryl or some spray it on the area that you've just gotten hit. It should settle down the allergic reaction.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here I am
I'm
talking
starving.
over. Oh, you did something to. Didn't you cook your meat?
Yes, I will eat the other portion of my meat.
Rex, trust me on this one. I'm doing my best to pick my own brain about this because survival and bushcraft are two things that I highly adore and I love in meat space. So it's something that I'm trying to procreate and build my own knowledge base. So if you ever have a question, don't be afraid to ask.
Have you gone gold panning?
Where I live in Canada, you have to have in Canada. You have to have mineral rights to go gold panning. Theoretically, there are places that have these and will allow you to come in and go gold panning. I live along a river. Theoretically, I could, but the question is we're not like the United States up here. It is something that I've wanted to do. There is a lot of gold mining where I am, so you know. But I'd love to go. I'd love to just like put on my backpack and just head out into the woods and just find a creek and pan for gold. It'd be awesome, I think.
Yes. I've gone gold panning up in Maine. I still actually have like half a bucket of like material I brought back that I still need to go through. I want to go down to North Carolina, which was a very big gold producer. So there should still be stuff in the rivers. Like tiny stuff, like gold sand basically, but yes. I wonder if I should pan in this river right here. Which used to be a town.
Well, you probably won't be bringing up gold, but you might bring up other stuff.
So, do I want to make boarhide boots, gloves, or a hat?
What is your immediate survival need? And hello, the blue gentleman. It's good to see you. Welcome to the stream.
So, I am wearing a light jacket, some cotton pants, and some light boots. I don't have gloves, and I don't have a hat currently.
You can still survive in Confused and Flatlands. So you don't have a hat, then your hat is a necessity.
Okay.
A hat is a very important piece of equipment all seasons. And the reason is because it does get cool at night in a lot of places, especially in the desert, and you lose a lot of body heat through your head. So if you don't have a hat, even a slight covering, you will lose a lot of body heat.
Then a hat I shall have. And yep.
Confused one. That's something actually a couple of friends of mine have done, is going up and down the eastern seaboard and looking at ghost towns and like on the east coast and stuff like that. There is one local to me that is kind of like a natural park. It was just they were on an island and everything else happened. Looking for ghost towns would be great. And yes, Confused, that's another thing, is the sun beating down the top of your head can cause a lot of skin damage. It can also cause you to overheat, which is another thing that you should be aware of, because overheating with your brain is the central processing unit of your computer that is called the body. And if your brain overheats, you make stupid decisions. So it is always good to have a hat.
I love the soundtrack for this game.
I've got the string turned down so I can't hear it. But oh yeah, that's it. I do. That's it. I like that music like that.
Okay, let's see here. Can I get... Okay, I don't have any schematics. No. Still can't get a rudder.
Blue gentleman. Why? Hold on a second. The game is... I have it here. It says that this is the Flame of the Flood.
Can I make schematics? How?
What does the blue gentleman? What does the game say that's on Twitch? No, Everything looks fine on my end. Sorry. Try refreshing, Blue Gentleman.
So how would you go about designing a raft if you had to go down a river like this and you had access to like basically like Midwestern towns that were like falling apart?
I mean, it wouldn't be much different to what he's got there, except I would probably put some tires on the edge to act as fenders.
Oh
yeah.
no! Oh no!
I'd also put a rudder. I wouldn't steer with the stick, but I would try to avoid the faster current of certain parts of the river. When it came to these rapids and such, I would what we call portage, and that's get out and basically walk. The raft might be too big, but you can walk along the bank of the river and allow the raft to float down while you've got the tether line in your hands, so that you know it doesn't get away. I'm glad that fixed it, the Blue Gentleman. I was like, oh God, do it. Where did I mess up?
Oh no, it's been 4 days. We've traveled 3.8 miles. Oh God. I don't want to walk into that. I'm pretty sure that's fire ants. Fire ants. I need to eat. You still there, Bowser?
I'm still here. Sorry.
Okay. Everything got way too quiet, both in the game and outside of it.
I'm one of the many things I do here is I'm trying to help other members of the VPL come in and stream to you guys, and so I'm constantly talking to other members about ideas that they have for certain streams, what they want to play, and of course we're trying to keep a schedule. So sometimes my attention is drawn to another screen off to the side to help out the other VPL members as best I can. So.
Okay. This is a bit strange. Just a quilt hanging in the middle of the woods. The quilt of Big John Boar. Big John Boar kept his own counsel, had his own opinions about things. The more facts presented proved contrary, the more he'd dig in deeper. That's what they want you to think. He'd fuss. Never rightly could say who they were supposed to be. Bleh. But stayed put just the same. Oh, so it sounds like he died because he didn't believe that everything was flooding.
Well, sometimes it's a good option to stay. Other times it's a good option to leave. And Rexon, careful about those ants. I've seen Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, and they will fuck you up. Yes, bullet ants, fire ants, and there's a whole myriad of other ants.
So fire ants are more painful in general, but bullet ants are literally supposed to be. They're named bullet ants because that's about how painful it's supposed to be.
Oh, I wouldn't want to get bit by one, that's for sure.
And apparently some like zoo/museums will be like, yeah, you signed this waiver, we'll let you stick your arm in there. I don't know which place that was in particular, but I know that was a thing at one point. Then again, how edible would those ants be?
I mean, as long as it's not venomous, everything's a survival food once. You are not good at going down the river on this raft.
No, I'm not. I wanted to go to the fishing place, but I couldn't get over there. Oh, I could get the stuff from the cache. It gave me a campfire. Okay. I mean, yeah, fair enough.
See, I don't understand why you need to have a campfire. why don't you just have a fire bag and like have like either matches, flint and steel, ferro rod, a lighter. You know, it's always good to have a lighter. If you can get a lighter, always carry a lighter. Fire is one of those things that's important, and like it's good to know how to like start a fire with like the most like, basic things, like the flint and steel and the old primitive ways. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you need to get a fire going quickly, have a lighter, something that can produce fire instantly. Oh, good, great, I'm good to go.
Yep. Uh, definitely making another spear trap because that. See, what the hell was that? I just heard, like, it sounded like something just died horribly. Okay, no, that's just the rabbits going back down to their burrows. Oh, no, 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 no.
So for those of you not playing the Hogan, I'm talking to somebody about trying to organize. Oh, Cookie just showed up.
Welcome.
I see you hiding. I see you hiding. Lurking. So one of the other BPL members and I are talking about what is a good time to start another stream in the future. Because we're trying to work out. We all live in different parts of the world. And we just, for some reason, can't get time zones down. And it's just like, oh yeah, it's not this one, it's this one. I know math good. Cookie got spotted, yes.
Okay, time to make some food. Cook that yucca.
So Cookie is saying that the game audio is a little hot over the mics. So can you go to the options?
Yep.
And just turn it down a little bit more.
Burp.
Cookie, if you just turned in, this is the Flame and the Flood, and it's with DarksteelArm, one of our fellow BPL members, and you know, we're also I'm just sitting here and I'm handing out the survival and bushcrafting knowledge that I've accumulated over my time on this earth. Nothing, you know, I love that stuff, and if you have a question, worst I can say is I don't know what that is, and we can figure it out together. Yes, confused. We should be using Zulu Tide, but I left that behind with the military.
So, should I make tea with my water bottle? When I got sumac tea, which it says is a medicinal draught, or dandelion tea, which will alleviate food poisoning. And it still counts as water.
So, what was sumac tea again?
It says boiling up various herbs produces a medicinal draught.
You mean draft? Is it spelled D-A-U-G-H-T? So that is how you pronounce that is draft.
Oh.
That is so when you go to order a beer at a local bar and you say I'd like a draft, that is the English way of spelling draft, not the American way. That makes me think that this is either made in Canada and or some of the Commonwealth. Interesting.
Okay, I've heard that specific spelling referred to as a draught. Like,
I've never heard of a draught. I've heard a draft. It's like that's a draft of tea. That's something, but never a draught. So I would, at this moment right now, go with the dandelion tea because you're going to get hungry soon, and who knows if you're going to have to eat spoiled meat. And so the dandelion tea is probably your best bet for right now.
Very well.
Later,
yes. You said
Later, if you get another jar and some water, sumac tea probably better to have both. Confused one. I was trying to organize an Arma 3 co-op session on the server I rented with friends who were global, and when I asked them for their time zones and a free time, they just gave me their time free but no zones. I tried to do the math to do Zulu Greenwich table. Yeah, I know that one. Night Clerk, you ever read Backwoodsman magazine? I get Backwoodsman magazine every month. I don't have a subscription to it, but I get it every month. It is one of my favorite magazine and publications, and the reason being it has a lot of old bushcrafty, quote unquote, folksy kind of ways of doing things, and every time I pick up a new copy, it's just it's just something. It's just great. Kooky, I pronounce it draught, and even my customers at the beer store where I work at. That must be a regional thing. Up here in Canada, we call it a draft of beer, or draft. And I know that I'm pretty sure that our British co-conspirators against the United States, across the pond, also call it draft as well. Confused one. I've heard draught as draught when I was overseas. It's confusing, but haha, dialects. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, you're right, confused one. I am merely pronouncing it the way that I was taught to pronounce. Maybe it is a draught to you, Darksteel. I am sorry for correcting you.
Like,
that's the way
that is what I figured. Like, I'm like, you were saying draft, so I'm like, that's how he says it. That's how it's said where he is.
Ooh, cooked yuca.
Yes.
Oh, the blue gentleman on the time zone thing. Make a list with time zones, hour difference, and time examples. Like pick a time zone for 12 p.m. and then show the 1 hour difference from there and make it open to the Legion. We've got something similar to that. So our scheduling happens in the Eastern time zone, and the reason is because text is we say it text time. So where I am, it's an hour ahead. And then of course, everybody who is in Britain is Greenwich Mean Time, and we get along. It's just the other
Wait, the car.
Legion member that I was talking to, we're both ex-military, so crayons are fun.
Okay.
Oh, confused one. You've said that before with Peabody or Peabody. The square. English is a language made up of other bits of language that got swept up off the floor, like everything bagel. Or like an everything bagel. Yes, exactly. You're right, Blue Gentleman, we do wing it. Sometimes we're just like, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yes. Okay. A farm. Why do I get the feeling this is going to end horribly for me?
Well, it appeared on stream that you were speeding up, so just don't buy this farm. That's
There is no house anymore.
Oh, the house has gone away. Well, maybe there's some things. Oh, is that a glitch or?
No. That's part of that's how the map's supposed to be.
Can you?
There is a bus here I can sleep in if I need to.
Well, that's good. Well, it looks like there's things like a hearth.
Time to sleep through the storm in a bus.
I have played Destiny 2. I have not kept up with the newest game. It is something that Cocanium Rob and a few others want to play. I am not as into it as they are. However, Rob is your best person to contact with Destiny 2 stuff.
See, I played Destiny 1 and I found it interesting, but
I never played Destiny 1. I only played Destiny 2 because some of the guys in Legion were playing it, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? You know, I'll try anything once. If it doesn't keep my attention span for like 5 minutes, or I find it too hard, then I start getting frustrated, and then I start breaking my controller. Bowser Big Dumb.
For live trapping small animals, what would I do with a live animal at this point?
Well, a live animal can be kept longer. Or, for example, if you capture a chicken, you can use it to lay eggs. Or, theoretically, a live trap animal can be bait for a larger predator.
I actually don't know if those are in use. I haven't seen any rabbits pop up.
I have a interesting voice. I mean, I've been told many times that I have a face for radio and a voice for silent movies, so you know. I've never been in a group called the Ashes of the Sabathun. Rexon wants to know, can we capture fish and use them to power the raft? That's an interesting.
A water chariot.
A water chariot, indeed. That'd be an interesting. I'd like to see that. Thunderclap Sasquatch, how you doing, brother? Good to see you again. Welcome to the stream.
What kind of fish would we be looking for, most likely? Sturgeons?
Well, sturgeons are very old, very ancient fish that are like I don't even you wouldn't be able to find them much anymore. Well, at least in my neck of the area. My neck of, anyways. Personally, striped bass, because striped bass are big, powerful, and they will be able to go up past the current if you were going to make a water chariot out of fish. But that's just my general opinion. What do you think? What do you think, chat? What's a good fish to make a water chariot out of for going up and down rivers? I'm glad you're doing great, Sasquatch. It's good to see you, bud. No, I'm single, so the face is still for radio. Appreciate it, though, brother.
Got him.
Hey. Oh, I'm sure that doesn't happen. Confused one. Tuna. Tuna is a good choice. Tuna is another strong fish. Although that would be more of a sea chariot or water chariot. In my mind.
So, I remember. Yes.
Rexon
it just
says,
told me I could make it. So, I have got a piece of raw meat.
Ooh.
I can, I have a devil's trumpet. I can poison that to kill predators.
Ooh. Well, that's one way of doing it. Rexon says maybe catfish or just a bunch of small whatever fish
Okay,
you can get.
catfish definitely is an option. I wasn't thinking about that. They can get pretty big.
Yeah, well, they're also, I mean, if this is a representation of the Mississippi, then you're bet in. Well, salmon for one-way trips is what Confused One has said.
We're not actually the Mississippi. Let's see here. I can't remember what state it's supposed to be, but literally there didn't used to be, like, a river here. Like, due to these torrential storms and flooding, there now is a river cutting through, like this.
Thunder Sasquatch says, Alibit would be good for his sea chariot recommendation. Yes. Any particular reason why you'd like an Alibit? If you get that reference, good for you. I don't know if I can say it as a British person, though.
What do I sacrifice? What? We will move the water filter down to the river stash.
How's your hunger right now?
I am a bit above half right now.
Why don't you eat your jerky?
I could. Wait, I have some cooked yuca. I'll eat that.
Oh, even better.
I save the jerky for when I need like a large chunk of, because the jerky root gives me 25, like a quarter of my food bar. The yuccas give 12.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, fill your hunger. At this point, you've got some spare food, so eat some of the stuff that you got, the yucca and stuff to make some space.
So I need to decide what I'm doing with this chunk of meat. Am I gonna poison it to use on like a bear or a wolf if I encounter it, or do I want to salt it because I found some salt?
What are you trying to do again? The raw boar meat. You want to keep it?
Yeah. Do I want to turn it into jerky because I've found some salt as well, or do I want to poison it to kill a predator?
Do you have another spear trap?
I do have a spear trap right now.
Then I would salt it for the jerky.
Very well. As soon as I find a campfire, that is what I shall do. I have like 2 days to find. Yes. Oh. Yes. Nope. Get over there.
A marlin for a sea chariot would be an interesting concept. I mean, it would be definitely like I'm going into battle and I need something to stab the other fishes or the other sea chariots.
Yes. Yes. I finally have a schematic and the hardware. I can get a rudder.
Yay! You're going to be able to steer things and not into them. Or steer around things and not into them.
Hopefully. Just watch me crash as soon as I do this. Okay, rudder. Yeah! And I'm also going to use some of this lumber to repair, because I did beat up my raft earlier.
Well, yeah, running into rocks does that. Full steam ahead, Kooky. Rudder amidships, indeed.
Okay. What? Okay, I can just make the jerky. I don't even need a fire. Okay, I'm going to do that.
There's all kinds of things you can put on that raft.
I might as well make another hardware.
Sasquatch says, "Why at this point? Why use sharks? Makos are so fast that sometimes they land in fishing boats." Yes, that's a very valid point. Although sharks are fish, I suppose yes. I'm sorry. Bowser had a big dumb moment. I'm sorry. Confused One is saying, I'm gonna go on because that was the dumbest thing I've ever said. I'm not gonna lie. Confused One's like, what is steering? Orc logic takes hold.
Yeah, no, orcs would just build a ram at the front of their ship, so like anything they hit would lose.
Oi! This red thing goes on the spiky bit. Let's go.
What?
You knobhead. Let's thunder through.
Sorry if that was too loud.
Okay, here we go. And we're off with our brand new rudder.
Yay, we can steer properly now.
Hopefully. We're about to... Oh, look at that. Oh.
You successfully navigated around a sharp, pointy rock.
But it gives me an arrow that shows me where I'm actually going. Where the...
Thunderclap Sasquatch.
Oi, lads, look at me squig shot. It'll take a boy out of you.
Okay, we've made it a grand total of 5 miles in 6 days.
It's good to see that there's a lot of orc players in the chat today.
No.
Yeah, There you go. Steer for that. Steer for those quiet bits.
We are doomed. Quite doomed.
Oh, that was. Oh. I'm seeing you hitting things now, and I'm like, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah. It doesn't like the rapids are still the rapids. There's only so much I can do.
Coogie says that'll buff out. No problems.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, you'll see it in a second.
Confused One says he used to roleplay in Warhammer Online as an Orc Choppa.
I liked Warhammer Online when it first came out.
One of the games I never got to play.
I got the collector's edition. I got the cool art book and the one-of-a-kind miniature of the Orc War Boss. I need to paint that up.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was waiting for the 40K. I like Warhammer Online, like Warhammer Fantasy. Great system, totally love it, but I was always more into Warhammer 40K.
Oh God, this thing is...
I don't know what's happening, what's going on.
There's a wolf right there, but he's so close I can't set up the spear trap before he starts coming for me.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about Games Workshop there, Confused One. I am not happy with their practices, but they are a business and they do what they feel like they should. Personally, I think that they could have done a lot better with intellectual properties and stuff like that. They could have. I wouldn't say that they're allergic to money that isn't minis. What it is they're very protective of their own intellectual property. That is, it's to the point where they're paranoid that anything and everything is horrible to them as far as I'm concerned. They're yeah, you're just gonna have to stand there and shake your stick or your hand and be like, "Hey, Wolfie, come get me." Anyways, Games Workshop, it's done some really poor practices in my mind, and I'm sad because they were one of my favorite companies. I love their intellectual property. I love the Space Marines. I love the Imperial Guard, and it's just silly the way that they've gone. I'm setting up a spear trap as a wolf hungrily looks at me. This is either insane or...
Okay. Come on, buddy. Yeah, a little closer. Did I get him? Yeah! Now I gotta find... Yeah, there we go.
Found some shelter, did you?
Found a bus.
Well, that's good. Buses are cool.
Mulberries.
I'm reminded of a nursery rhyme growing up of all around the mulberry bush.
Yeah, so that's what I was at. That's what I was asking. Like, I've heard of mulberry wine. Like you said, the all around the mulberry bush thing. But it's
It
like
must be. It must be edible. We don't have mulberry bushes where I am at. I think I'm pretty sure. But I'm fairly actually to be perfectly honest with you. I think IKEA has mulberry wine, so it must be a very
what? Oh,
IKEA.
no. You see it in a second. I just found feral children.
That's some Lord of the Flies shit going on.
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna rob you of what you need to survive.
Yep, definitely Lord of the Flies.
Eat these berries. Okay, now I've prepared myself mentally for talking to these things. He's wearing a, I think that's supposed to be a muskrat or something as a scarf.
Yes, he has some form of animal around his neck. Kooky, man, it seems wherever you go, there is murder about. Yes, survival is the name of the game.
Survival means something else dies. Jeep Jens Romer come. Meet well Romer. I be Zoe, he be Jens. Who the two of you? I be Scout.
Completely feral. Completely feral, like unable to speak. Oh, okay. I see what you mean, Kooky. No. The flock of crows is called a murder. Yes, there's constantly crows, and what it does in this game is it denotes that there's possibly a predator around, like a bear or a wolf.
I be Scout, he be Dog. No drool, Jens. Named critters not to eat. Nice company. Well spoke. Okay. At least she said that if it has a name, you're not supposed to eat it. That's if the two of them were on their own. Nope. Whole forest full. Critters all over. Us two only talker kind. Been this way long while, since the steady went up away. Okay, What should I ask them? Because I get a feeling this is going to be my last choice to talk to them.
What is the questions? I'm only.
So, I could either ask why, like, your brother doesn't talk much, does he? Or do the two of you know where everyone went?
What do you think, chat? What do you guys think? Thunderclap Sasquatch is saying that he's getting an eldritch being from these two.
It's in the eyes. They don't blink.
Yeah, well, they do look terrifying. Rexon is this post-apocalypse? This is it post. It is kind of post-apocalypse. Tark is asking, where did everyone go?
Okay, you two know where everybody went? Saw 'em go. Waved 'em by. Story goes this way. Boats in the air, real big. This big. Whew. They come, take away all the steady. The steady? Question mark. Burp. Parents, teachers, doctors, church mouths. All true blue. All go whoosh. Till all that's left is striplings.
Take care, confused one. Hope that everything works out. He just had to leave for a moment, so.
Well, hope he has a good one.
Yeah.
So this is saying that everyone who left, wow, if you were important, you left. Everyone else got left behind.
Ooh, creepy.
Huh, you don't say.
Allo is saying, "Man, you sound like a guy I'd like to go bowling with." Would you go bowling with these kids?
Yes.
I mean, maybe it'd be like they probably like use the bowling ball as like a hammer or something. Walk down to the end of the lane, pick up the pins, and like I don't know, build a fort out of them.
Oh, wait a minute. See, Allo wants to go bowling again, but I haven't paid Zenith for the curse on him yet.
Oh,
Because he taunted me last time we went bowling. He was literally... We were point for point on the last game for like the first 6 frames.
oh, you guys have a rivalry. You guys have a bowling I need to. There's going to.
It's a
We're going
little
to have to start
one-sided
this.
right now. I like he... Babes in woods, left to fend, left to die. But no, goes to show, Sibs watch out. Help trap, help cook. Knits and hair, no more. That's us, Sibs. Sibs is good. Sibs is good backwatchers. Wow, they were literally just left in the woods to die, and they survived. No wonder they're a little off.
Well, yeah, that's very bad parenting. Sibs are good backwatchers. I mean,
Depends on the sibling relationship. Other Sibs are good backstabbers.
that's creepy. Rexon is wondering when the stream of the Great Bowling rematch is going to happen. We'll figure something out. We'll try. Maybe if we can get Wii Bowling up on here or something like that.
I mean, I could probably set up some a GoPro, and when we go bowling next.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Good idea as any. Yeah, because I'm not gonna because the other option is figure that out yourselves, eh? I'm not gonna insult these two. For one, they might stab me. 2, why be insulting? It's the
I
end
agree.
of the world.
Avoiding getting stabbed in an apocalyptic situation is probably a high priority, because several things can happen. One, you can get a gaping wound and a gaping festering wound because God only knows what's on those children's knives, if they have knives and or sharp sticks.
The girl has an antler.
Okay, yeah. So okay, what's on that antler? I don't know. I don't want a gaping festering wound with that was caused by that antler. And also with gaping festering wounds also comes the high chance of death.
Yes.
So death is the antithesis of survival. Survival is on one side of the spectrum, death is on the other. We use survival to avoid death. So in this situation, don't make the girl with the stabby stab bit mad.
I'm also pretty sure she's a witch. I mean, that teddy bear has been staring at me this whole time from the socket that doesn't have an eye.
I mean, who knows, right?
It's a good idea as any. Now
Thunder
you
Sasquatch.
smart like us, brain polished. Watch your back too, than you do for others.
Oh, did she just call you a smooth brain?
She did indeed. She says my brain has been polished smooth.
We are the smooth brains. Thunderclap Sasquatch says antlers are able to hold a point and are effectively made from stone. Don't get stabbed. Don't. Stabbing is a bad thing.
Oh, they're offering me a snare.
Ooh, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks much. No woe, belly's call, time to hunt, caretake. Be seeing you.
Hopefully not while I'm sleeping, but that's okay. I think she likes you.
Okay, yeah, let's set up this snare and just get another,
Yes, Rexon, we're all smooth brains down here.
Okay, let's loot this house. You kids aren't staying in this, right?
You're not staying here. I'm just gonna take your stuff if you are. Thanks for giving me something for free. Now I'm gonna take all of your stuff.
I mean, it had a fish hook in there, man. I'm not leaving the kids with that.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, like, if they cut themselves, they could try to sew themselves shut. And, you know, we've already talked about how that could be a potentially disease-infesting thing itself. I thought they said they were going hunting instead of just sitting there rocking back and forth.
They gave me a spare snare. They probably just pulled a string and, like, activated a bunch of traps. I should probably watch my step.
And by hunting, we mean you. You're on the menu tonight.
Oh, it's time to go
Cannibalism.
back to the raft. Yeah, let's go.
Thunder Sasquatch says, brain is smoothest. Bad won't slide right off. Did you get anything from that wolf? Or you just kill him?
Yes. I got a wolf hide and some meat.
Ah.
I'm gonna poison one of these meats and then I'll cook the other meat once I reach a fire.
Good. Take the wolf hide, make a cape. Become a man of the north. Brain is pretty, no wrinkles.
I can make... Oh, wait, can I not? Where is... Oh, I need a metal hammer to make the leather kit.
Why do you need a metal? Why can't you just, like, make one out of a piece of...
Oh, I got 2 moldy lumps. If I find a fire, I can make penicillin.
Oh, sweet. That's good. That's. I mean, it's not exactly like that, but yeah, that's a good thing, folks. As far as a hammer goes, there's something called a mallet in bushcrafting, and it's something that you make out of like literally a thick kind of log. You cut it to shape, and then you drill a hole in it and put another stick in it, and then you make a mallet. And
So
it is just
I have
effective.
a stone hammer, but like specifically, it says I need a metal hammer.
All right, game. Just, whatever.
Yeah,
A hammer is a hammer, if you ask me. But
That is
just
always my
my
complaint in games like this. It's like, oh, you need metal. That abandoned house over there, how many nails does it have?
I mean, theoretically, a stone hammer isn't really a stone hammer. It's more of a stone axe. Hence why the mallet, the comment I just said about the mallet. Because, if you hit something with a stone hammer, it's going to do one of two things. It's going to break what you're hitting, or it's going to break the stone. So, Aloe is just shitposting on our stream right now. That hammer is totally metal. What's your favorite kind of metal, Aloe? Because I mean, I like new metal. I like old metal. I'm not a huge fan of like heavy screaming. I like industrial metal. Like, I like Rammstein, but I'm not a big fan of the another one, my friend, black metal kind of stuff, like the ones where they're like constantly screaming. Not a huge fan of that one. Not that it's not like I hate it. You like what you like. Everybody likes their own thing, but metal is good in all kinds. Aloe says he's a fan of steel, and Thunderclap Sasquatch says metal is a fun genre.
I like
The Night
Black
Clerk
Sabbath.
has just said folk metal, and I love you, the Night Clerk. Folk metal is cool. And Aloe keeps shitposting with titanium as lighter.
Alcohol.
Rexon's like, I'm stupid. I thought you meant like metal, like iron and copper. Now we were talking about music. It's okay, Rexon, though. You're not stupid, man. It's just we all have those moments. I have brain farts all the time.
Yeah, the dog's
So when
running
you
around in the.
When you sleep, do you save?
I don't like. I'm pretty sure that, like I said, this is a roguelite. If I die, I die. Like, I don't really get to load. It'll make a save like when I exit the game or whatever.
Oh, Voynich 82 Voynich82 just followed. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you
We
very
really
much.
We appreciate that.
I hope you enjoy your BPL news channel.
Well, it's the WBPL 76. This is the WPPL's TV channel where we stream different programming. We will get a weather network segment up soon. I wish Stryker was here. He could give me some random weather from around the globe. No context, whatever, just random weather.
It's snowing. Where? Doesn't matter.
Pretty much. Aloe says, I like a lot of different genres of music. Gotta be in the right mood for it. Yeah, that's true. Same here. Sasquatch likes prog, folk, melodic death metal. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Kooky, yeah, it is a big alert. It takes over the entire screen. We're gonna have that sorted out next time. That was my fault. That wasn't Dark's fault.
I was just doing as I was told. Spear trap. Yeah, we're gonna make one of those right now. We're gonna need it eventually. I need to make space. Yucca, corn, cattail. Put the alcohol in there. I'm gonna eat these berries.
Ooh, berries.
The mulberries. And we're gonna put the dandelions in the raft as well. Okay.
Thunderclap Sasquatch is like, uh-oh, I apparently summoned hail because it just started. Well, that's scary. What dark mystical powers do you control, Sasquatch? You have no power here, Gandalf. Gotta rewatch those again. Every so often I get the hankering to sit down and do a massive rewatch of all of the Lord of Rings, all of the Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
The
You gotta do
versions.
extended edition too, man.
Of course. And then now I'll do the a rewatch with them of the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit as well. I'll do the extended for the Hobbit trilogy as well.
I did not like the Hobbit movies.
No, I did. I really did. I loved Peter Jackson's work. I think the man, he took some artistic
Oh shit!
ability.
No.
Run. He took some artistic liberties with the Hobbit, but you want to know something? I still think he did an all right job with them.
I mean, it was an all right one, but like, okay, I need to set up.
Yes, the Lord of the Rings are great.
I like to do the original Star Wars trilogy, like every now and then.
Naruka Blah, I'm gonna have to ask Tex on that one because I've never heard of the Tolkien cut before.
Okay, we got a boar.
Peter Jackson, I actually have seen. I've only ever really seen one or two of his earlier works. One of them is They Live, which was like his first.
Oh, that They Live is great.
It was gory as old hell, and I'm not a huge fan of gore either.
I have a second jar now.
I haven't watched Count Dankula's Absolute Mad Lads on Christopher Lee, but I do know a lot about Christopher Lee. The man is a legend. Was a legend. I was sorry to hear of his passing when it happened. I'd like the Hobbit. Sasquatch says I'd like the Hobbit movie more if it wasn't for the romantic triangle with the elves and a dwarf. Yeah, I mean, again, that was a artistic liberty that Peter Jackson. I was supposed to say Steven Jackson. Peter Jackson took. Maybe not the best outlook on it, but I mean,
So I'm angry at Peter Jackson for another thing as well.
oh, why is that?
So have you ever watched the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
I have seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Yes.
He had the only operating model of that car, like from the movie. They had
wow.
like 5 of those cars, but he bought the only working one from an auction. He has Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
That's crazy. That's kooky. Apparently, Christopher Lee was pissed that he didn't get Gandalf because Tolkien himself promised Christopher Lee Gandalf. I was told that he was saddened, but that ultimately, when Ian McKellen got the roles of Gandalf and he got Saruman, it was okay. I do know that he was legendary for like once a year, just reading the entire series himself, just because he was like, no, I love this. This is a perfect work of art.
See, I used to do that with David Eddings' the Belgariad. I would read it like once a year.
Dead Alive. That's yes. Thank you, Aloe. Dead Alive is what I'm thinking of. They Live was John Carpenter. Yes. Sorry. I apologize. And yes, it's Saruman. Sauron is the
big baddie.
The big fiery eye that does nothing but look at people the entire movie. But anyway. Kooky says I ought to get around to listening to Lee's death metal albums when he did them circa 2008 and 2012. Yes, that's right. Any metal fans out there, Christopher Lee, at like 90 something years old, decided that he was going to put out death metal, which is awesome. I haven't heard any. I haven't heard any of the albums. Heard a couple of the songs, of course, YouTube. But they were very good. Aloe, no worries. It's the first time I saw a lawnmower be used as a weapon. Yeah, that's the exact point where I was like, this is getting too gory. I couldn't eat spaghetti and sauce for a week after watching that.
So I now have a penicillin pill.
Oh, that's good.
I've got some more cooked yucca. I've got an extra fish hook. I need to decide whether or not I'm going to make some gloves right now, some boarhide gloves. Might as well. I don't have any gloves yet, and boarhide is definitely better than the rabbit pelt.
I was also told, Naruka, that George Lucas designed Dooku's sword as close to what Christopher Lee wanted as possible. Every actor, from what I understand, that George Lucas brought in to play a Jedi, he's like, well, how do you want to do this? How do you want your saber to look? Infamously, Samuel L. Jackson, who played Mace Windu, getting the purple saber because he wanted to be standing out. He wanted in the big battle. Yes, I have seen Hobo with a Shotgun. Hobo with a Shotgun was filmed in my hometown. Oh, Narika Bless says that Lee was the direct descendant of Charlemagne. Interesting. Confused One is back, and he is not happy at work. I need whiskey and a taco. I could go for whiskey and a taco. That's too. So I think we're going to have a little more time for you to get to like the next save point.
Okay.
But we're getting close to the time where we need to
wrap things up.
Yeah, so I actually did send you a message about shutting things down, so if you get a chance you can alt tab and take a look at that really quick.
Well, I just finished a thing, so if we want to wrap it up now, that is actually perfectly...
All right, well, we could. We've got, We did start a little early, I guess.
We can always
Oh,
pick this up next
Naruk-
week.
Yeah, Naruka is a huge Christopher Lee nerd. All right, guys. Well, so for right now, that's us for this segment. What are we calling this? We're calling it Darksteel Hula Hoops River
Endless
Runs?
river tours.
Endless River Tour. So this is an endless river tour. This is the first one. We'd like to say thanks for coming out and watching, and we hope you come back next time.
Yes.
And it's been really fun. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you very
Darksteel's
much.
Darksteel's gonna be here next time. I might not be co-hosting with him next time. We might be getting somebody else.
Yes.
But coming up later on tonight is Roguelikes with Diggs and Ken, I believe. And so that's coming up. What time is that?
that was like what, 6, 7?
8 p.m. Eastern
8
time.
p.m. Okay.
So that's next on the channel. Aside from that, thanks everybody for coming out. We'll see you next time.
You all have a good one.